Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Don over at Drop In Detail again. We're doing a second video. This will be our second video ever. And today we've got a 1993 Mustang 5.0. As you may know, the Mustang 5.0 from that time was originally a 4-cylinder. This one has been fully swapped all the way up to 8. So pretty cool car. Let's take a look. So this is not original paint. I've yet to see anything from the 90s that was actually mint. We actually did this one a couple weeks ago, did a light polish and a sealant on it, but the owner loved it so much, so now we're actually gonna do a full correction for the rest of the issues that we weren't able to correct the first time, and then we're gonna put a 3-year ceramic coating on it. So let's start the process. So the Mustang's finally washed, prepped. We did a clay bar on it. I'm sure we introduced some marring. Last time we worked on this was about 3 weeks ago. We did a sealant that filled in a lot of marks. It was for a car show. But now we're actually gonna do a real correction, remove those marks permanently. We don't really wanna do way too much compounding. I wanna do just enough, so we're probably gonna use like a microfiber pad, followed by a finishing polish, just to knock out those deeper isolated scratches, and then make sure it's ready to ceramic coat after that. So let's go take a look at it and see what we're fixing. As you can see, we've got some isolated deeper scratches. Like I said, we did a 1-step correction a couple of weeks ago, but this is obviously what remains, so it's okay. We're gonna knock it out. We got everything taped off. There's no point in risking not taping and then having to go back and scrub rubber trim. Best to prepare and protect rather than go back and try to fix. And that goes for pretty much everything in the detailing industry. For this particular job, we're gonna end up using a Eurofiber microfiber pad. It's considered to be the most versatile. It depends on how much and what you put on it. So if you put compound on it, it's gonna act as a cutting pad. And if you put a finishing polish on it, then you'd be looking at a finishing, I don't recommend it for finishing, just because depending on the paint, especially with repaints, they tend to be softer. It can leave some marring behind, and we definitely don't want to deal with that. So it's easier just to use this as like a medium to light, heavy cutting. And that's what we're going to use it for today. So as you can tell, the microfiber pad still leaves a lot of hazing. There's still some stray scratches here and there. That'll get removed with the finishing polish and then the primer polish, no doubt about it. But you can just see that you cannot do a 1-step with a microfiber pad. I don't care what you use on it, what your technique is, you're going to get haze and just not acceptable on a black vehicle. So we're still gonna just, grind through this, get the rest of the car polished, or compounded rather. I've got my employee, Luke, my guy. He's gonna follow up with the polish, and then we're gonna probably go out for lunch, come back, primer polish, coat. It's gonna look like $1 million. So let's keep going. this paint is looking a million times better. We did pretty much a two-step correction on it. There's a couple of stray scratches here and there that are just a little bit too deep, but overall we're pretty much ready for the primer polish. Primer polish is actually the base layer of our ceramic coating that we're going to put on today. So you polish it on just like any other finishing polish. And what that allows you to do is not worry about damaging the paint while you're wiping the coating off. It's pretty common for repaints to be pretty soft, so you really just don't want to risk it. This one is extremely soft, it hazes extremely easy, and we're just not trying to deal with towel marring while we wipe off a ceramic coating. We did so much to get to this point, so now we're just trying to make sure that we can keep that appearance. But as you can tell, it looks like glass. It looks awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and do the primer polish on the black pad, and then we have to wait 1 hour and then we can ceramic coat. So the primer polish has been sitting for about an hour. So that's about the right amount of time for us to go ahead and ceramic coat this Mustang. The primer polish is gonna make it so that we don't scratch the paint while we're trying to wipe it off. Ceramic coatings crystallize as a bond with the clear coat, and when you go to wipe, it creates very tiny superficial scratches sometimes. If you don't want to risk it with soft paint just like this one, you would go ahead and use a primer polish and then follow up with that 3-year coating. We're going to go ahead and get that coating put down. We're going to bake it after. We're going to show the baking process, and then we're going to pull it outside for some pictures, videos, the usual that we do here. So we just wrapped up the ceramic coating, and people ask me all the time how to make their tire shine last longer. And brand matters a lot, but if you don't have the best on hand, take whatever you have. Right now we're going to use some pretty generic like chemical guys one, but we're going to use it for demonstration. All you really need is a heat gun. So you're going to heat up the rubber first, and it's going to open up the pores and allow the tire shine to absorb way better and last a lot longer. Then you're going to take the tire shine, your applicator, pretty warm. I'm just going to rub it in. So we don't use super high gloss. We think it's cheesy. Never had someone ask us for it. Most people want a more natural look. So when you heat it up like this, and you put, like more like a plastic conditioner on it, it actually works a lot better as a tire shine. There you go. So the Mustang is coated. It looks wonderful. The last part is the infrared curing. So if you're wondering what that machine is right here, that is a paint curing lamp. It's good to kind of activate that curing time faster. So instead of keeping a car for 12 hours, you can let go of it after, a quick bake. Normally it takes 4 hours for that stage to happen. We're kind of just speeding that up in this instance. Each panel has to reach 145 for 15 minutes. We're mostly going to focus on the upper panels, and we're probably going to do half the time on the side ones. The repaints usually tend to heat up a lot faster, and we're actually one of the few shops that actually use infrared curing here. We don't do it for every single car, but if you need your car quick, we'll do it. All right, so we just wrapped up the Mustang. It's been quite a long day working on it. Got a correction, a 3-year coating, and it's looking fantastic. If you or someone you know has a classic sports car, they want to bring it by, get the paint cleaned up, protected, you know where to take it. Drop in Detail, Jacksonville, Florida.